What is the spiritual dream meaning of apples? What if I told you that the apple that haunted your dream last night is the same force that drove one of history's greatest minds right to the edge of genius and then straight to her death? I'm talking about Marie Curie, a name that just screams genius and sacrifice. I mean, think about it. She holds a place in history that is totally unique. She's the only person ever to win the Nobel Prize in 2 different scientific fields. That's an achievement that has never been matched, not before, not since. This was a woman who literally carried vials of radium in her pockets, just completely mesmerized by their forbidden light. She called these glowing substances beautiful, having no idea the terrible price of that beauty. To this day, right now, her lab notebooks are still so dangerously radioactive that if you want to handle them, you have to wear protective gear. You have to sign a liability waiver. That's how potent her work was. See, she was reaching for a kind of forbidden knowledge, a new type of apple, and she got it. She took that fruit, she nourished the world with it, and it cost her absolutely everything. She paid with her life. And you dreamed of an apple, so don't you dare just brush it off. You have to understand something right now. The apple is never, ever a gentle symbol. It has never been. I mean, look at our history. From the forbidden knowledge in the Garden of Eden to the promise of immortality in Avalon, all the way to Newton's sudden awakening under that tree and Snow White's poisoned gift. This symbol has always carried the heaviest of human longings, for power, for love, for death, and for rebirth. So let's be clear. When this fruit shows up in your dream, it's not a friendly suggestion. It is a direct, urgent message. It's a red alert from the deepest part of your psyche. Okay, so let's cut right to it. This dream didn't happen by accident. It found you. Now you need to ask yourself some questions, and you need to be brutally honest with the answers. Right now, are you standing at the edge of a decision that could change your entire life? Is there someone in your life offering you something that looks beautiful, that looks perfect on the outside, but you know deep down in your gut that it feels dangerous? Are you actively, consciously denying yourself something that you desperately, fundamentally need to survive? Is your spirit actually starving to death while you walk around every single day smiling and pretending that you are fine? You know why these questions hit so hard? It's because they're tapping into a truth that you just can't avoid. Your dreams are not just random static. Psychology, from cognitive to relational, backs this up. They are dispatches from the deepest part of you, the part that's always watching and hoping and knows the truth that you are trying so hard to avoid when you're awake. On a spiritual level, that apple in your dream is a bridge. It's connecting the life you are living right now with the life your soul is screaming for. And if we look at Jungian psychology, it gets even more specific. The apple is a symbol of the self, the capital S self. That's the archetype of wholeness. It represents your complete, unified spirit, just ripe with potential you haven't even touched yet. And what about the seeds inside that dream apple? Oh, every single one of those represents a part of you that is just waiting to be realized. It's a life you haven't lived yet, a gift you haven't given, a truth you haven't had the courage to tell. You know, Marie Curie reached for her apple and it changed the entire world. Yes, her choice cost her everything, but her light eliminated millions. So the question is no longer about her. What is your apple? This dream did not come to you by accident. It came for a reason. It is time to stop ignoring it and start listening. So, after all of this, there's only one question left, and it's the only one that matters. What are you afraid to reach for? Part 2. So let's get one thing straight. Your dreams, they are not random. That apple dream you had, that's not just some weird leftover pizza fantasy. No, it's an alarm. It's your subconscious screaming at you about something you are deliberately ignoring, and it is time to listen up. All right, let's dive right in. The first dreams we're going to talk about, they're the warnings. These are the red flags, the flashing lights on your life's dashboard. They're telling you, with absolutely no room for doubt, that something is going wrong, and it's happening right now. First up, the rotten apple. And yeah, this one is a total gut punch. See, you're dreaming about this because deep down, you already know. You know something in your life has spoiled. Maybe it's a relationship, a job, some old habit. And the hardest part? You're just letting it fester. That's self-destruction in slow motion. And you're complicit because you refuse to throw it out. So what do? Here's the antidote. You have to break the silence. That's it. Secrecy is the fertilizer for this kind of rot. So today, I want you to name that rotting thing out loud. Just say it. Then, tell one person you trust. This isn't a suggestion. It is not optional.
Okay, next up, the poisoned apple. This one is insidious. It's all about deception. It shows up as comfort, but it's actually paralysis. You know that habit that feels so good but keeps you small? That relationship that numbs you out so you don't have to feel? That's the poison. And here's the kicker. It doesn't always hurt going down. In fact, it often feels good. And that's exactly what makes it so damn lethal.
And that is the trap, right? Comfort feels good now, but it always leaves you emptier. It's a numbing agent. Being truly alive, that feels real. It doesn't always feel good, but it fills you up. It's an awakening. You cannot confuse the two. You just can't. So your next move has to be immediate. I want you to identify one thing, just one, that feels good but leaves you hollow. And you start cutting it out today. Not tomorrow, not next week. And forget gradually. Gradually is how people stay poisoned their entire lives. All right, the next warning comes straight from your gut. The stranger's apple. Think of this as a flare shot up from the oldest, wisest part of you, your body. It's for that offer in your life. You know the one. It looks amazing on paper, but something just feels off. You have to trust that feeling. Your body knows when something is wrong long before your brain is ready to admit it. Let's cut through the noise, shall we? I want you to grab a piece of paper and list every single offer on your plate right now. Jobs, relationships, opportunities, the whole shebang. Now, go through that list and circle the ones that make your stomach clench, even a little bit. Those are the threats hiding in plain sight. You need to examine them with ruthless honesty. Right now. Okay, what about dreaming of a dropped apple? This is a dream of pure depletion. It means you're giving everything away. You're putting everyone else's needs, wants, and dramas first until you look down and realize you have nothing left for yourself. That feeling of powerlessness, that's the alarm. Listen, your burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's an emergency. And guess what? No one is coming to save you. The cavalry isn't on its way. You have to call this emergency yourself. So first step, what are you dropping to take care of everyone else? Your health, your creativity, your peace, name it. Then this week, you are going to set just one non-negotiable boundary, period. Okay, so we've heard the alarms, loud and clear. But listen, not all apple dreams are warnings. Some are invitations. They're messages not about what's broken, but about who you are becoming. So if you're dreaming of picking apples right off a tree, you need to hear this. You are in a season of earned reward. The things you've been working for, the seeds you planted, they're finally ready. This isn't luck. It's not a happy accident. This is your harvest, and it's yours to claim. So you need to stop downplaying your own achievements. Right now, I want you to write down 3 concrete, real things you have built or accomplished this year. And then you're gonna read that list every single morning this week. You need to feel it in your bones that your work, your growth, it's real. Then there's the juicy apple. What a powerful sign. This means you are right on the verge of a breakthrough. The nourishment is right there, it's available, and the best part, you are ready to receive it. So that pattern you have of minimizing your readiness, it has to stop today. The waiting is over. You're done waiting for permission. The time isn't almost right, it's right. It has been right all along. So here's the plan. Write down the one big thing you've been postponing, and then you open your calendar and you schedule it. For this week. No more delays. Now this one is extraordinary. The golden apple. This is a direct call to your highest purpose. You know, that one thing you were put here to do. Now, these kinds of opportunities, they always come with a challenge, a price. But believe me, the price of not reaching for it is so much higher. So tonight, you're gonna do something. You're gonna ask yourself this one question. If I knew I could not fail, what would I do? And that first answer that pops into your head, before the fear and the buts kick in, that's the real one. That's the truth. You must honor it. Don't you dare apologize for it. What about a blooming apple tree?
When you dream of that, it's nothing less than a spiritual intervention. Your soul is literally showing you a picture of the enormous untapped potential you've got inside you. It's a vision of who you could be if you just stop playing so small. Staying comfortable is not the same thing as being alive.
This isn't a suggestion, it's a command. Find one thing, a mentor, a course, a community, something that pulls you toward that bigger version of yourself, and you invest this month, not next year. Next year is just an excuse you use to stay stuck. Okay, so let's talk about your next move. Because these last dreams, they're not just about where you are, they're about where you're going. They are a direct challenge to your future, and it starts the second you're done listening to me. Have you ever thought about the inside of an apple? If you cut it the wrong way, top to bottom, you just see the core. But if you cut it horizontally, across the middle, you find a perfect 5-pointed star. This dream, the apple star, is about that hidden truth inside you. You have something remarkable, a star, that you've buried under years of self-doubt and trying to fit in. So how do you find it? Here's how. You're going to go to 3 people who truly love you, and you're going to ask them this question. What do you see in me that I don't see in myself? And then you shut up and you listen. No arguing, no deflecting, just receive it. Write down their exact words. That list, that is your star. Carry it with you. And finally, the rarest dream of all, the endless orchard. If you see this, it means profound abundance is on its way. A future that's just overflowing with creativity and life. But here's the thing about abundance. It requires work. It requires stewardship. And you have to remember, every single orchard in history began with one seed, planted on one specific day. The potential is there, that's not the question. The only question left is this: is today your day?
Well, hello there. I'm Gemini.
Part 3. So that apple in your dream, it's not just a dream. It's an urgent message coming straight from your subconscious. And what we're about to go through, these aren't just suggestions, they are lifelines. One of them is the exact rescue operation you need right now. Your only job is to feel which one grabs you, which one makes your stomach clench a little. That's the one. That's your work.
Okay, first up, we're going into the mind, your internal world. This is where all the patterns first take root. This one's for the analytical woman. You know who you are, the one who lives in her head, mapping everything out. Look, your waking mind is brilliant, but it's also a master strategist at ignoring the very patterns that could save you. It's time to bypass the strategist. So listen up, because this is non-negotiable. You need a physical journal right by your bed, not your phone. Before a single notification can poison your brain, you write down 3 things: the image from the dream, the feeling it gave you, and one single word that defines your life right now. You do this for 30 days without fail. The patterns that are going to emerge, well, they are a life-saving course correction. This is not optional self-help. This is the work.
And now, you, the one who feels that deep, persistent ache to create something. But you're always waiting, right? Waiting for permission, for more time, for a bolt of inspiration. I need you to hear this. The waiting is the wound.
Your job is to get that dream out of your body. I don't care how. Write, paint, sketch, build something. Just get it out. Raw, unfiltered, messy. And then, and this is key, you keep it for yourself for 1 week. This is not for Instagram. This is not for anyone else's approval. When you look at it again a week later, you will see with terrifying clarity exactly what is stuck inside you, begging to be released.
And let's be absolutely clear about this. This act isn't about decoration. It's not about making something pretty. This is a profound psychological intervention. The very act of making it is the medicine. The process itself is the cure. Okay, we've gone through the mind. Now we go deeper. Let's talk about protocols for your spirit. This is about ritual, intention, and getting this work into your body. If you feel a connection to something larger than yourself, this is your protocol. And I want to be clear, this isn't superstition. This is embodied psychology. It's about giving a physical form, a physical anchor to an internal reality. You're going to take a real apple and place it somewhere sacred to you, a windowsill, an altar, whatever. Every single morning, for just 5 minutes, you sit with it. You ask 2 questions aloud, and when it eventually decays, because it will, you're going to bury it in the earth. This ritual, it lets your body process what your mind simply cannot hold on its own. It's incredibly powerful.
You ask the first question. Let it land. What am I being called to nourish?
And then the second.
What am I being called to release?
Are you standing at a crossroads? New job, new city, end of a relationship, start of a new one. This protocol is for you. Your intentions can't just float around in your head anymore. They have to become real, tangible.
You're going to eat an apple, slowly, with your full, undivided attention. No phone, no distractions. You save the seeds, you hold them in your hand, and you speak aloud 5 specific, brave things you are calling into this next chapter of your life. Then you plant one of those seeds, and you water it every single day. This is radical intention setting made real. You can't just plant a seed and abandon it.
Tend the seed, tend yourself, with the same urgency, with the same love.
Okay, we've done the internal work, we've done the spiritual work. Now it's time to move from the internal to the external. These protocols require immediate, real-world action.
If you are exhausted, I mean tired down to your bones, this is not a coincidence. That apple dream you had was a warning flare. It is screaming at you that something vital inside of you is rotting from neglect because you are stretched way, way too thin.
Today, not this weekend, not when you have time, today, you are going to list every role, every obligation, everything you are carrying. Then, circle the things that drain you without filling you back up, and you choose one. Just one. And you will release it, reduce it, or renegotiate it this month. No excuses. This is not selfish. This is survival.
And finally, for the woman whose heart is all tangled up with other people. So often, the apple points directly to a specific relationship. The one that just popped into your head right now. Yeah, that one.
That apple is the conversation you are terrified to have. It represents the truth you swallowed to keep a peace that isn't really peaceful at all. It's just quiet. And that silence is toxic. It's rotting you from the inside out. It's killing something real. And let me tell you, resurrection is a hell of a lot harder than prevention.
Hear your words. I am giving you the script. There is something I need to share with you, and I have been afraid. That's it. Send the message. Make the call. You are not going to do it when you feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. You are going to do it today.
So this is why the apple found you. It's because you are standing at a historic crossroads in your own life. And every single seed inside that apple is a potential future.
I want you to really grasp the scale of this choice. Marie Curie chose her apple, her luminous, radioactive, magnificent work, and she changed history. You are standing in that very same orchard, facing your own luminous choice.
What will you choose? And maybe more urgently, what happens to you if you don't?